Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to show you guys a little preview video of the upcoming auction we've got going on Whatnot this Sunday, April the 6th at 11 o'clock Arizona time. So I did a video similar to this a couple of weeks back. It was kind of a themed auction showing you guys 200 clean first pressings that I was going to auction off. This is a theme video as well, except the theme of this video is Japanese pressing. So everything in this auction, this coming up Sunday, is going to be a Japanese pressing, like you see here. So I'm going to kind of go over one by one. This is the stuff that I've got so far. There will be a few more things added to this, but we had a pretty good response last time. The Whatnot auction, you know, we had 300 to 400 people watching, and then maybe 100, 150 people watching on YouTube. So it was a good time. Had a lot of fun. Most people don't bid. Most people just sit, hang out, and watch. But if you do plan on bidding, if you use the link below, or if you scan the QR code that I'm going to throw up here on the screen, you will actually get $15 off of your first purchase. If you have an account, I'm sorry, but if you do not have an account, the first purchase you make will be $15 off. Doesn't even have to be from me. It could be from anybody. But I mean, you want to get in on some of these you want to get in on some of these Japanese pressings, right? So watch the stream. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, scan that QR code. You get $15 off of your first purchase. But at the very least, you can have a good time. You can watch. It's a really nice, long live stream where as towards the end of the live stream, depending on how long it goes, I get a little bit quasi-delirious and things get silly. But it's been fun in the past. The stream is going to be a little bit smaller than the last go around. I think in all, I'm going to probably have about 150, 160 items as opposed to 200. So maybe about a 4-hour stream. But let me run through all of the items that I'm going to be auctioning off. Starting with, and this is in no particular order. Now come auction day, everything will be in alphabetical order. So if you click the link below and you go to the actual stream setup for the 6th, you will see everything that I have listed so far. You can actually do absentee bidding as well, kind of like a normal auction house. But unlike eBay, for instance, this is a true auction. So if you're bidding live and you place a bid, it adds 10 seconds to the clock to give the other guy a chance to bid. So it's a true auction. It's not a timed lot. Essentially, that's what eBay is. It's a timed lot. A true auction adds time for the other person to decide whether or not he wants to pay more. That's the real auction. Whatnot is a real auction, but it also offers absentee bidding. So if you're not going to be able to make it, you can put in absentee bids. Okay, let's start with Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. Let's put that there. Okay. Led Zeppelin's Presents. You'll notice I have my post-it notes. These are notes essentially for the guy, Ben, in the back, who's listing these on Whatnot. This is a Japanese pressing, but it is missing the obi. Most of these records in this auction have the obi, but this one is missing it. Japanese pressing of Led Zeppelin 1. There's a lot of great jazz in this auction as well. Art Blakey, A Night in Tunisia. I think there's a full run of Led Zeppelin. Here's Coda. Here is a Japanese pressing of the Beatles' Help. This is the mono red vinyl variant. Very desirable, came out in the 80s. They were kind of the go-to monos for a lot of years before the 2014 mono box came out. We've got Archie Shepp, 4 for Train on Impulse. Led Zeppelin 2. In Through the Outdoor. We've got on Apple, John Lennon, the Plastic Ono Band. One of the earlier Beatles, Japanese Beatles on Apple, Beatles for Sale. Part of the same series, we've got Rubber Soul. Here's a nice early Beatles Magical Mystery Tour, Japanese pressing. These early Beatles, they're much, much harder to find than the more recent Flag series and some of the future ones I'll show you. But those green obi Beatles LPs, much more difficult to find. Bob Dylan, Desire. The Beatles, Help. The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper. Nice early Japanese copy as well. Some more jazz. We've got John Coltrane, the Inner Man. Japanese VJ. Japanese pressing, but missing the obi. This is Miles Davis's Bitches Brew. John Coltrane, Blue Train. We've got a copy of Revolver. This is also part of the red, missing the obi, but red mono. Jimmy Smith's The Sermon. Nice little run of Billy Joel is going to be in this auction. Billy Joel, The Nylon Curtain. The Who. This is a compilation called The Singles. The Best of the Eagles. This is a white label promo. Very difficult to find compared to, modern white label promos that are, US-based white label promos. The Japanese ones, you very seldomly see them. Not a lot of them floating around. Lee Morgan's The Sidewinder. I bought a collection from a DJ, an electronic DJ, a Japanese woman, and she had a nice chunk of Japanese white label promos, and that's where they came from. We've got Sonny Rollins, A Night at the Village Vanguard. We Want Miles. Miles Davis. We've got Herbie Hancock's Quartet. Led Zeppelin 4. Got a couple variations of some of the Led Zeppelin stuff, different repressings signified by matrix and all the typical information, but also Japanese different pressing got you a different obi. Freddie Hubbard, Straight Life on CTI. Joe Farrell, Song of the Wind. Let It Be, The Beatles. All of these as well have been ultrasonically clean, and kind of like I store records in the store, that's how they're being presented. The Beatles, Meet the Beatles, ultrasonically cleaned, put in an anti-static inner sleeve, and then resealed. We've got Yes, Drama. Genesis, Nursery Crime. The Yes album. We've got Genesis Foxtrot. This is the Japanese pro use of Dark Side of the Moon. Japanese pro use. Pro use was a audiophile sub-label in Japan. They had we have MoFi and all our productions. They had pro use. They had master sounds. Johnny Cole, Little Johnny C. Art Blakey, Orgy in Rhythm. Volume 1 and Volume 2. We've got on Blue Note, Lou Donaldson. Bill Evans, Portrait in Jazz. Couple of Madonna EPs and LPs. You Can Dance. There's some more coming up. They got separated. Billy Joel's The Stranger. Again, these will all be auctioned off in alphabetical order on the day of the auction. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. We've got the Miami Sound Machine with Gloria Estefan, Primitive Love. Great album. Public Image Limited. Sonny Rollins, Tenor Madness. Dio, Last in Line. Queen, A Day at the Races. Some nice Japanese Kiss. We got Kiss Alive. Copy of Kiss Destroyer. Santana. Moonflower. A lot of great jazz in this. The Amazing Bud Powell. Duran Duran. This is kind of cool. This is the Japanese Abbey Road picture disc. The Doobie Brothers. Teloise Street. And we've got some more doobies. Living on the Fault Line. And Taking It to the Streets. Japanese pressing of The Who live at Leeds. Led Zeppelin 2, but a different pressing with a different obi. This is the more recent pressing. I mean, recent, it's still decades old, but yeah. Led Zeppelin 3 with the workable pinwheel. This is a kind of a cool Beatles comp just because it's kind of got this, this gold foil, kind of this almost gold lame jacket. It's called the Golden Beatles. The Beatles love songs. The Go-Go's Vacation. Close to the Edge. Yes, I wanted to say Kiss. The Beatles live at the Star Club. It's interesting because in Japan, it almost looks like, it says Victor, but it looks like, I mean, RCA Victor? The rest of the world, it was like a bootleg, but I don't know. Did RCA pick that up? Interesting, huh? The Doors, LA Woman. Joe Walsh. But seriously, folks, a different pressing of Led Zeppelin 1. Madonna's Like a Virgin. Kiss's Asylum. This is a nice one. Creatures of the Night. The Rolling Stones, Love You Live, with that fantastic Andy Warhol cover. Prince's 1999. We've got King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King on Polydor. This is in the wrong bin. This isn't getting auctioned off. That's not Japanese. Nice early copy with the Apple Obi of the Beatles' Hey Jude. Always love the David Bowie Japanese pressings because they got these cool Obis with his face on it. Changes one Bowie. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Billy Joel Turnstiles. The Beatles, Please Please Me. Billy Joel, Glass Houses. Tough to find this Obi on this particular pressing as well too, because it's not a wraparound Obi, it just sat on top of the record and you pull that shrink off and the Obi disappears. Madonna, Like a Virgin and Other Big Hits. I believe this is a Japanese only EP. They did it for Record Store Day a couple of years ago, but there's an original. Yes's Fragile. The Doobie Brothers, Stampede. America. Queen Jazz. A lot of people tell me this is the only jazz they can get behind, which I think is crazy. Got to try some more jazz, but that's a pretty good record. Sade's Promise. Whitesnake, Come and Get It. This is super cool. Another one that came from that Japanese buy. This is a white label promo of David Gilmour's self-titled album. Look at that sample promo, not for sale. Very cool. Samson, featuring Bruce Dickinson, Head Tactics. Okay, now this is stuff that we're still uploading. So depending on when you actually watch this video, this may or may not be on the Whatnot link below. But never fear, they'll all be there and more at the time of the auction. We've got Queen's Greatest Hits. Yet another Japanese copy of Led Zeppelin 1, but it is part of the Forever Young series, different series. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Electric Ladyland. Interesting because the back cover on this particular pressing is the front cover, and then the front cover that we would get on the US pressing, you can kind of see it is their back cover. But, yeah. Interesting. We've got another mono red mono copy. This is Yellow Submarine. Another red, good chunk of red monos in this. This is what, the fourth one? This is the most desirable, I think, of all of them. This and Sgt. Pepper. The White Album. Red Wax Mono. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. A lot of Beatles. We've got the Beatles for Sale. Rubber Soul. I had a Pro Use Dark Side of the Moon audiophile, Japanese audiophile I showed you. This is the other big Pro Use title that everybody wants, Abbey Road. Standard stereo version of the White Album. Magical Mystery Tour. Rat. Invasion of Your Privacy. Bon Jovi, 7800 Fahrenheit. 38 Special. Another Dio. Sacred Heart. Van Halen's 5150. Really nice, clean Bruce Springsteen live, 1975, 75 to 85. Is this not the, I mean, the quality that the Japanese put in their packaging is, there's nothing better. Have you ever seen as clean a copy as this? This is one of those records, you find it in record stores all the time, but they're always kind of ratty looking. They just didn't hold up well over time. But that looks like a brand new record. Quiet Riot, Live Riot. Second Helping, Leonard Skinner. Jeff Beck's Truth. Quiet Riot. Condition Critical. We've got more Beatles. Some of these might be dupes. If there's the dupe, I think this one is. I think I showed this already. The dupes will not go on. But we'll get to that once we're listing them. The Police, Outlandos D'Amore. This is a really cool cover because it's an alternate cover. This is with the Beatles, again, with the Japanese alternate cover, alternate artwork. Green Apple copy of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. The Beatles, Rock and Roll Music. I think that's a dupe. We got a nice run of Rolling Stones. Tons of great Stones. Out of Our Heads. Let It Bleed. The Beatles' Blue Album. More Rolling Stones. Gimme Shelter. Metamorphosis. The Beatles' Revolver. Magical Mystery Tour. I don't know if that version has been shown yet, but that has. The Rolling Stones Now. I think this tail end might be almost all Rolling Stones. Through the Past Darkly. Big Hits Volume 2. And High Tide and Greengrass. Between the Buttons. All Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones' first album. Self-titled. 12 by 5. All Japanese London, Blue Label London. The Rolling Stones' Get Your Yayas Out. One of, if not the greatest live recordings of all time. I think it's up there with the Who Live in Leeds. It is awesome. Beggar's Banquet. The Rolling Stones' Aftermath. This I love because of the obi. So I don't know what the obi says, but you've got Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells. This was actually used in the film The Exorcist pretty extensively. It's pretty much the soundtrack at this point to The Exorcist. But they actually make reference to it here in that photograph. Really cool. Queen, Live Killers. Pretty cool record because it comes on two separate colored discs, one green, one red. You didn't find a ton of colored vinyl back in the 70s and 80s. That's kind of more of a modern thing. It existed, but nothing like it is today. We've got the Eagles one of these nights. Again, I have more stuff that is going up. None of this is actually up yet, but there is more stuff to come. Again, this Sunday, 11 a.m. Arizona time on Whatnot. Scan that QR code at the beginning of the video or click the link below. We'll see you Sunday. Until next time.